Hello viewers and welcome to another exciting episode of Big Dreamers. Well, yes, every time we come up with a new success story and of course a beautiful story. And this time we also have a very gorgeous lady with us who is just not gorgeous but yes, is born with a wonderful heart. Well, yes, to discuss her credentials, I think episode bhi kam pad jayega, but definitely will mention some of her lifestyle routines, her awards and of course the initiatives and her enthusiasm and love for women empowerment. We have with us the exceptionally talented and immensely gorgeous Rotarian Jayashree Mohanty. A heartiest welcome, ma'am, to the wonderful episode. It's a pleasure to have you here with us today. Well, before we take off this flight to a lot of questions and a lot of answers, let's have a quick introduction for our lovely audience.
Thank you so much, and it is wonderful to be here. And the most beautiful aspect is that today I am going to be interviewed by a woman again, so it's very nice when she's as beautiful as you and who can speak and ask me very good questions which I would like to answer today. See, my introduction is plain and simple. I'm a 22-year experienced woman entrepreneur. So these 22 years of journey for entrepreneurship has definitely given me a lot of credentials. Currently, I am the co-founder and president of UNICEF for Ways, member of Startup Task Force, Government of Odisha, the chairwoman CII IWN Network, and going to be the first lady District Governor of Rotary International District 3262 shortly.
Alright, so here we get a brief introduction about what is coming aage bhi and of course what has been the journey so far. Well, ma'am, when I went through your amazing profile, your love for women is something that is so inspiring and encouraging. So before we start this episode with knowing about your qualifications or what has been your strengths and weaknesses, we would like to know what has been the different initiatives that you have taken towards women empowerment.
Women has always inspired me. And when I was very small, I realized that actually one woman can inspire 100 women.
Absolutely.
They can absolutely, because they are the one who are the core of the families, who even if when they go to their workplaces, they do differently.
Absolutely.
So I have chosen my initiatives very carefully. You will see I have made one of the company, which is a corporate, which is CM level 3 certified company, to be an absolutely proactive, woman-loving, encouraging women in all endeavors in our workplaces. Second part which I have really taken up very seriously is involving women in my CSR and social activities. So you will see the cancer awareness camps that I run, you will see the TSG car rallies that we run, all speak about women empowerment.
Right.
Other than that also, if you look around, you will find not only we are touching one strata of women, I have in fact touched upon the strata of each and every aspect of women. We have gone down under to slums and we have constructed bio-toilets for women in the slums so that they can get their basic needs of having proper sanitations with them. So this basically gives them a confidence to see that there are women out there who want to encourage them, who want to provide them with better facilities to go ahead. So all my programs, not necessarily every one of them is completely towards women, but my focus definitely is women and children.
So that was quite a lovely answer to my first question. Well, now moving on, as I know you are one of the brands and one of the names when it comes to any IT initiatives, right? So what has been that inspiration that you decided that I would be an entrepreneur and choose my genre of work to be into the field of IT? What inspired you?
I think I have also been most fortunate because in Canada, when I first experienced as an 18-year-old the internet, it completely had me hooked. And I understood that internet is going to give around a lot of levy of possibilities for different kind of objective and also to businesses. So when I returned, my idea and focus was completely into IT and the digital age. So that is the way my journey as an entrepreneur started.
Start. Lovely. Well, ma'am, you're a part of Rotary, of course. So, being into a Rotary club and of course taking various initiatives, लोगों की जिंदगी में बहुत बदलाव आप लेके आई हैं. अपनी जिंदगी में आपके लिए क्या-क्या बदलाव आए?
Rotary has brought me a lot of things. Rotary has inspired me. I have met some credible leaders in Rotary who have always encouraged me, who has given me new thought and processes. And step by step, wherever I have moved, people have come up forward to support my initiatives. I think Rotary has inspired me.
Absolutely wonderful. Well, as I keep saying, she has had enough credentials, and one of them is she's now referred as the brand of Odisha and pride of India. Well, this tag is associated to you, and let me know how has this journey been so far, and what makes you feel when you hear that I am the brand of Odisha.
I will tell you a small thing here. You see, when Make in Odisha came and they took me up, and also they took me up in the startup task force as a member to support and encourage the startups, I felt that I have the credibility and experience to be shared by other entrepreneurs and they can make it big. You see, you need to have champions in your industry, people whom people can look up to, understand them, and take examples to be able to imbibe them in their own businesses.
Right.
So that is the reason I feel very, very proud to be certified as, Pride of India and Brand of Odisha.
Lovely. Well, yes, ma'am, as you're into the field of IT that we've already discussed, who have been your major clients? Of course, you have been giving jobs to a lot of people when it comes to IT sector, it employs a lot of staff. But yes, who has been your major client so far?
I have 70% of my clientele in e-government sector.
Okay.
So I am working with close to 23 governments now. The recently launched Jammu and Kashmir Film Development Corporation's extensive web portal with services and scheme is my product.
Lovely.
So you can understand, we have worked with corporates, we have worked with government, we have worked with UN agencies, and you will find in all sectors we have touched people and key IT interventions to them so that they can make their businesses and their organizations better.
Well, as we keep hearing this wonderful lady with such precise and crisp answers, what makes you so confident, ma'am? What has been your USP so far?
My USP has been clarity. I'm a planned person, very methodical, and every morning I maintain a small pink diary in which I write my 10 number of tasks, and each evening I analyze that I've been able to complete it with proper sense or not. That is what I think is my USP, that I have a lot of clarity in myself.
Alright, so having said that, as we know, we are here with a lady who has n number of credentials. So now I would like to ask you, what has been your major achievement or award that is very close to you?
Yes, I think I've been able to have most awards with me. A lot of awards and recognition has come on my way. But two most inspiring ones being, the first one, the first National E-Governance Award that we brought to the state, which was for RTI Central Monitoring Mechanism, which is a path-breaking IT initiative. And the second one on the social front is my Rotary International's 5 Avenue of Service, which certifies that I have been able to touch upon all avenues of service in a perfect manner.
So yes, as we hear, ma'am, you have been taking a lot of initiatives for women empowerment. Having said that, the kind of environment that a woman receives during her work experience as compared to a man is very different, has a very broad layers of difference. So not talking about equality here, but then yes, according to your experience, what are the necessary changes that we need to get when we have women in our working experiences?
Very much. If you just look at the last suggestions that are given to NASCOM and to MIT, regarding what can be the changes for the IT women professionals, then you will see that I've asked for they should construct small creche in each of these bigger buildings where actually they can bring their children, because usually women go for this maternity leaves and that becomes the end of their careers. And the second part which I've really asked for is that every place should be having every place should be having proper, maternity care facilities and helpfulness for women. And there has to be innate desire to help a woman to progress in her work.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And moving ahead to another question that is related to the same issue is whenever we as a woman want to take up an initiative, what are those necessary measurements or maybe the key features that we need to keep in our mind that in order to be a successful women entrepreneur, these are the principles that we need to keep in our mind?
Your comfort. Do not get challenged, harassed, rattled on other people's success and achievement.
Right.
Try to build your own comfort zone. Try to build what kind of business, how much to take, how much to make your own bandwidth. So a woman can very easily systemize her own success parameters. It is where when she starts to take up proper inspiration and translate it into proper actions to do perfect business, she will be able to manage.
Taking account of that, as a woman, it's very difficult for a lady to. आजकल तो नहीं मैम, फिर भी there has been times that it was difficult for a woman to step up of the house and take an initiative, become an entrepreneur. Now, what are the facilities and what are the back support? Who are our backbones whom we can take as a lead and take an initiative or get into a startup without any fear?
Beautiful question, Shefali. I'm proud of you that you asked me this question. Because when we started, there was no concept of startups. But now, as a member startup Odisha, I can tell you, we offer a plethora of opportunities for a woman entrepreneur. And for that, you can have, starting once you get registered into a startup Odisha, you can actually go in for a annual monthly scheme where you get up to 16,000 per month. Second, you get is a need-based assistance, and you also get a marketing and product development assistance, which is close to up to 16 lakhs, which is 1 lakh more than your male counterpart.
Right.
So you see, Startup Odisha has a focus on women entrepreneurs. Today we have 502 organizations in Startup Odisha who have women in their leadership.
Lovely. Well, ma'am, during my previous questions, you said me one straight word that hit my mind was keeping ourselves into our comfort zones. Having said that, taking an account of that, when we talk about work harassment, that has been quite a very upcoming issue when we talk about women working in any corporate sector. You having an experience of more than 2 decades, have you ever encountered some of those moments where you felt harassed or maybe it was difficult for you to overcome certain parts of situations?
See, there have been some situations where I have been little discomfortable, I'll definitely admit. But I have got a very sharp upbringing in my army. I belong to an army background, so I have a very sharp upbringing. We are very flexible to any atmosphere. We are immediately able to permeate ourselves and check ourselves and get the thing. I basically feel it is a woman who has to make herself very strong to face each of the places and show that she is strong, a woman of her own mind, and that is how she'll be able to thrive in any circumstance.
Alright, so here we start up with my most favorite and I think the most exciting part of Big Dreamers. We are here with Jayashree Mohanty and this is a rapid fire of Big Dreamers sponsored by Muskan Spices and Gokul Bakers. Well, yes ma'am, this is the most exciting part and my favorite one so far. And as we are with you, we have talked a lot about your professional life. Here's the time that we know about your personal insight. Alright, so good to go with the chit chat and my first question here is, what is the thing that you hate the most? Tick, 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 tick.
Liars.
Liars. And the thing that you love the most?
Truth.
Truth. 2 things about you that you want to change.
Better time management.
Better time management. Very honest. How do you define love?
Inspiring.
Inspiring. Having said that, you have a wonderful life partner. We would like to hear something about him and of course how has been your journey with him in just one sentence.
He's my best friend from the beginning until now.
Till now. We'll talk more about that, but having said that, what has been your biggest strength?
My family.
And biggest weakness?
And my children.
Children. Last movie that you watched?
Net series, can I speak about?
Of course, of course.
The Bold Type.
Alright, and it was alone or you were with someone while watching it?
Absolutely alone.
Alone. Lone time is the best forever. Have you ever stolen something? Maybe ideas?
Not exactly. Not exactly.
Okay. So as I have studied her, she's very sharp with her memories. So a secret memory that you would like to share with us?
I prefer to keep mum.
Secrets are to be secrets forever. Alright, so are you brand conscious? A bit.
Somewhat.
What is your favorite brand?
I like now the Odia brands because I'm promoting startups.
Right.
So you talk about Strass, Silpika, all the brands that are coming up, even Ruchi.
Right.
So I'm more into making Odisha brand.
Lovely. Well, as you have been married for long, any special surprise anniversary gift that you still remember?
Well, I give surprises to my husband.
Is it?
Yes. Why should a man always has to surprise the woman?
Absolutely.
So on our anniversary day, I buy him all gifts. I say, you wear everything what I have taught you.
That is so wonderful. Having said that, 3 wonderful lines about Rotary Club.
Rotary Club serve with a smile. They are the most passionate service volunteers, and they are the best people, special people of the world.
If at all you were to be married once again, what would be your wedding destination?
Mauritius.
Mauritius. Alright, and have you ever had a Bollywood crush?
Yes.
Yes, and we would love to know the name.
There are in fact 2.
Okay.
I'll mention both of them. One is Shashi Kapoor
Lovely.
and one is Hrithik Roshan.
Hrithik Roshan, alright. And have you ever had a crush amongst your colleagues or when you weren't married or maybe in your college life? So let's discuss thoda piche ka life.
See, there are a lot of people who wanted to have a relationship with me. I'll not say no. But I was very focused. I think I never gave them enough time to make up a relationship anywhere.
Right. बेचारे मैम वो तो मेहनत करते रहेगा.
थोड़ा करना तो पड़ेगा. The best man always gets the best girl.
Absolutely. And I think that was all about our rapid fire round, and of course she was very, very honest with us. And have you had a female crush in Bollywood?
Yes.
I want to know this because I'm guessing the answer already. So, who is she?
My favorite is Madhuri Dixit.
Oh my god, I am not lying. I was just expecting this because of your hairstyle. I certainly feel you resemble her a lot and you're as beautiful as her.
I used to see all her movies because people used to say my hair looks like her.
Exactly.
So I used to see her every time. Your fashion conscious and your sense always builds up with people who look like you. Absolutely. And they give you a lot of ideas.
Alright, so we were with Jayashree Mohanty, who is not just amazing when it comes to initiatives. She's a lady with golden heart, as I keep saying, and of course very, very creative and also into movies, if I'm not wrong now. She loves dressing herself up.
Yes, dressing up I do love. I'm experimental.
Experimental. Yes. Okay, so we got another adjective to your mind. You're experimental at the same time. Lovely, alright. So with this, here we are ending the wonderful episode. We hope everyone enjoyed. So we would like to know 3 lines about utkal updates.
I think you're doing an amazing job because taking the story utkal update, when it's taking one single story of success, you're actually trying to inspire a whole lot of people out there. And we need a lot of inspiration for all the women in the world, because once they come up, we'll be able to think that utkal update has done its job in building the wing of the 50% that we need to have a balance in the world.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful listening to you, ma'am. So as we have a wonderful session and chit chat with Jayashree ma'am, so here is a token of love and a mark of respect from Gokul, and we have another beautiful hamper from Muskan Spices.
Oh, I'm so happy, especially since they are Odisha brand. It gives me a lot of pleasure. Please do convey my thank you to Muskan and Gokul.
Thank you so much. And we will be back with another exciting episode with another exciting story. So stay tuned with us. This is Big Dreamers, sponsored by Gokul Bakers and Muskan Spices. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Shefali. That was really nice speaking to you.
Thank you.